Those are two eagles. Two eagles. And we're out here shooting the moon. In this tutorial, we will learn how to take multiple images of the moon setting and turn them into time lapses. Alright, so we are set up at Kenosia Lake. I have two time lapses running. I have one set up on the 70 to 200 at about 135 millimeters, and I have this one set up on the 2 to 600 at about 280 millimeters. Yeah, so we're just going to take these time lapses as the moon sets behind the mountain, and we're going to see how it turns out. The first image was from the 70 to 200. I set it up to shoot every 10 seconds. This is the sequence put together. And this is all of the images blended together in Photoshop. If you want to learn more about this technique, please watch my Mohonk Tower sunset tutorial. The second time lapse is from the 2 to 600. This is the sequence put together. Again, one photo every 10 seconds. Now we will go over how I made the images. We will start in Lightroom by importing the images from the 200. From here, I'm going to find the first image when I set the camera down. You can tell when the image stabilizes. I'm going to flag the first image and scroll down and flag the last image in the sequence. Then I will start editing the first frame. I'm going to put the white balance to daylight. I'm going to crop the image so that it's straight and the moon is in the center. We're going to adjust highlights, shadows, whites, the black point, and the overall exposure. I like to adjust these until I can see more of the detail in the photo. Once I'm happy with the look of the first image, I move to the last image. I'm going to synchronize the first photo with all of the images in the sequence. But I did notice that there's a stop difference in the shutter speed. We're going to let the previews load so we can see where the transition is. This is caused by a change in shutter speed. I found it. Now we are going to focus on the histogram. I'm going to swap back and forth between the images to see where the base exposure is, and I'm going to darken the lighter image. Then, we synchronize with the remainder of the photos. Select all of the photos in the sequence and export as JPEGs at 96%. Now we will load the images from the 600. I always scroll down to the bottom to see if there are extra images I took. After import, we will again find the last image in the sequence and select them all. Now we will edit the first image. Again, we set the white balance to daylight, and we work on overall exposure and basic settings. In this sequence, we also had a change in the shutter speed. So we will find where it changes from dark to light and mirror the exposure based on the histogram. We will synchronize this change with the remainder of the images and export using the same settings. Now we will move into LR Timelapse to render the time-lapse clips. Since we already adjusted the settings, we can go straight into rendering the video. I find the folder where the exported images are and render at 24 frames per second at normal speed. These are the final time lapses that can be created from a sequence. If you would like to see more tutorials like this, please subscribe.